Hello and welcome to Arcadesa 2021 Day 2, Session 2. My name is Alina Azmi from the Faculty of Art and Design, University Technology Mara, UiTM, Malaysia. I will be your host for today. Thank you for being part of this auspicious celebration of creativity. I am delighted to announce that this is our 5th International Symposium on Arts, Crafts and Design in Southeast Asia. This year, the Arcadesa 2021 stage will be hosted by the Faculty of Art and Design, University Technology Mara, UiTM, Malaysia. Dearest friends, in making sure our Arcadesa stage is continued, the digital symposium was initiated for us to promote the views, ideas, and strengthen our relationships amongst the Southeast Asian countries. Without further ado, let me give you a brief introduction on our first speaker of this session, Associate Professor, Technologist Dr. Azhari bin Hashim. He obtained his bachelor's degree in Industrial Design at University Technology Mara, UiTM, Malaysia. He then received his master's degree in Automotive Design from Coventry University in West Midlands in the United Kingdom, before obtaining his PhD in Philosophy from University Technology in Melbourne, Australia, with expertise in the area of user emotion and perception on design aesthetics. Today, he is the Deputy Rector of Research and Industry Linkages at University Technology Mara, UiTM, Kedah, Malaysia. Throughout his career, he has published many journals and has received numerous awards for his creative and innovative contributions. Please welcome Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Azhari bin Hashim with his lecture on Malaysian art and craft industry in post-COVID-19 challenges and prospects. Welcome, Doctor.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Miss Elina Azmi. Good afternoon and hello, everyone. Okay, my name, as introduced by our moderator, Miss Elina, is Dr. Azhari bin Hashim. Okay, for my title or my topic for today, I would like to introduce, or I would like to talk about craft industry, art and craft industry in Malaysia after post-COVID-19. Please, the committee for the slide. All right. So I will talk about the Malaysian art and craft industry. Previously, after COVID-19, now it's post-COVID-19. For almost 2 years, we have been in a really pandemic situation during the COVID. Now it's a time, or it's a time that we're facing a new challenge, and what we will see here is the challenge and the prospect that arise after the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, please. Okay, this is my content of the slide, which I will go through 6 parts, consists of introduction and current situation in Malaysia, focusly on Malaysia, and the challenge, and then the method that I use in this survey or in this study, and then the prospects and the discussion. Next, please. All right. This is the introduction on craft industry in Malaysia. The main purpose of this study is to identify the constraints and potentials faced by handicraft industry purposely in Malaysia during post-COVID-19. So it will focus on the qualitative analysis and derive from the fieldwork, which will conduct in the Art and Craft Festival organized by Malaysian Craft Complex. So as an introduction, craft industry in Malaysia containing 12 major craft. Beside these 12 craft, there were also a new craft that arise, and then some of them is a traditional craft. For example, the previously known of craft in Malaysia is Malaysian batik. which embedded in Malay cultures, and then the songket, the fabric that were hand woven in silk or cotton, pewter, pottery, nyonya bedwork and embroidery, which is the part of the nyonya culture in Malacca. And then kris, one of the weapon in Malay culture as an asymmetrical dagger. And then rattan weaving, which were used to create a rocking chairs and so on. Most of them is on the use for house or interior. And then Pua Pumbu is one of the close origin with the legendary characters of Megin and Dara Tichin that were used in Sabah and Sarawak to the east of Malaysia. And then Tekad, the traditional Malaysian embroidery. And then kites, one of the famous kite is Wow Bulan, which is the logo is used for Malaysian airline system. Which also represent the national symbol in Malaysia. And then Labu Sayong, the black of God-shaped jars carved out from fine clay, which were mostly produced in Perak, one of the state. And then Sape, one of the traditional musical flute, which were used in central Borneo. So this is the 12 main major of the craft that people usually associate with Malaysia. Next slide, please. So the current situation in Malaysia right now, for example, the lockdown and physical distancing after the pandemic were implemented. So everyone or every public that will go to maybe some of the craft activity or art activity must enroll their physical distance, which this will limited their activity, and this will also prevent to stop the spread of COVID-19 among communities. So for this activity, our government, Malaysian government, has come up with one of the plan which is known as Penjana or National Economic Recovery Plan. So these Penjana grants were used to support our craft industry to striving their business after the pandemic. There were also several programs that were organized by Malaysian government, which is Skill Apprenticeship Development Program, which provides training facilities for new employee and individual at all levels. For your information, most of the employers that before pandemic used to work at other sector were left unemployed because they were not used for 2 years, not work for 2 years. So the company need to reduce their work, so they are left without unemployed. So this is the focus people or the focus public that focus for this program. And then the other program is Community Skills Development Program. This is called PPKK, which open to yours, ASNAF, B40 or disabled, single mothers, elderly people or unemployed individual in certain ethnic and indigenous group from Sabah and Sarawak, which want to make their craft to get their income source. And also Malaysian government have a National Craft Institute which offer training in several skills in craft and products, and also there are also a program for upskilling and reskilling the development of product and production, as well as the development of technical and digital skill for marketing and promotion. This is the current trend or current activity that are being held in Malaysia nowadays. Next slide, please. So as we seen the Malaysian handicraft business failed before the pandemic is around 500,000 million in year 2019, but it cut half into 200 million in year 2020 as the movement is strictly helped by the MCO. So the Malaysian handicraft is set for this achievement because most of the activity, most of the program were cancelled because this pandemic. Next slide, please. As for the strategy or for the alternative for not establish the program or activity, so there is an alternative for promotion and marketing for craft and industry, which were used by a digital platform. So from the Craft Tangan Malaysia, which were established in 1979, the Craft Tangan Malaysia is provide an effective assistance to craft entrepreneur throughout Malaysia. So Craft Tangan Malaysia continuously conduct several development programs to drive local craft entrepreneur towards better achievement and competitiveness. So their assistance as well as underrated commitment offered by the government emphasize on the national importance of the craft industry, contribute to increasing number of craft entrepreneurs of various workmanship background. So by their initiative, they also produce or introduce 5 platform, which is eCraft Bazaar, they call it, and then MyCraft Shopee, Craft on the Go, Google Art and Culture, and Virtual HKK. As you can see there, they are, even though it's all on the digital platform, but each platform got their own objective and difference from each other. For example, eCraft Bazaar, which used to promote and market local craft and earth-based for various craft products. In MyCraft Shopee, they offers online trading. So this is an information hub for the country craft industry in Malaysia, while the Craft on the Go is a digital mobile apps. So people nowadays don't bring their laptop together. They just use a simple mobile phone, a smartphone, to know the directory and all the product info, then the outlet location. And the other thing is that the Google Art and Culture is a sharing platform for exchange information. And the virtual HKK is what we call it, a virtual show, which consists of exhibition hall, showcase hall, auditorium hall, and the craft business center, as well as a craft digital museum for entrepreneurs to sell their products and exhibit their products. So the people or the public from around the world can log in and attend this virtual HKK. Next slide, please. So the challenge, what is the challenge? Even though we can't sell the craft industry face-to-face or directly to consumer, so we can use online marketing to promote and sell the products. But there's still a challenge towards this platform. For example, age. If when we see the age, the people or the craft industry itself, the majority of them is almost quite old, and then there are lack of apprentice to inherit their skill and knowledge. So there is no people or no student that want to learn, that want to know how to create this, to produce this craft. And then the health is one factor that bring them, as well as if they are old. So the health is going to be a big problem to produce this craft. And then opportunity in other fields for the apprentice, for the younger people to continue this legacy in craft industry. They choose to have more choice in higher offer and demand in other career rather than this career. And as well as the lack of latest technology. If they don't conduct or don't put the latest technology into the making of the craft, so it will not produce the productivity. And then they also the COVID-19 challenge, as we know, the MCO will strictly slower the business and the market. And next slide, please. The next challenge will be a raw material. So if a raw material doesn't have enough to produce the products, so it will stop and it will not sustain the product itself. As well as the skilled craftsmen, the decline number of skilled craftsmen. If these craftsmen want to develop their skill, they need more time. They need more time to have a skill, and then the unfamiliar new market, the ability to try for new market is a must for this craft industry to survive. And a lack of online marketing and sales. One of the barrier that arise in this challenge is the education barrier and the technology constraints. Part of the Malaysia, even though they said that most of them can use internet facilities, but some of the place that were in the undeveloped region, the internet facilities is really bad. So the economic status also it must rely on the capital and credit facility to survive their business. So the financing factor is a must and is a major problem for this challenge. Next slide, please. The main objective for this problem will look into the crafter. What is the biggest problem affecting their business after COVID-19? And for the researcher is how the suggestions can be solved of the problem. And then for the government, is it fulfill the initiative objective? So what's the initiative that have been done for the government? Is it fulfill their objective or what needs to be done? Next slide, please. So the methods that were used in this studies will be focused on the Art and Craft Festival in Malaysia organized during the post-COVID-19. So in this month, we got three festival, Art and Craft Festival that organized, which is will be held in Langkawi, Pulau Langkawi, one of the most famous tourist attraction. It's an island, a duty-free island, not far from Thailand. It's situated not far from the Andaman Sea. And then the other thing is Jualan Bazaar Craft is sales of the craft bazaar. And then Community Craft Family of Malaysia. So the study will be conducted based on the interview, the survey, and the observation, which consists of the respondent, of the crafter, and the entrepreneur. So the analysis will be done using the qualitative and quantitative techniques, and the discussion will provide some recommendation and suggestions over the study. Next slide, please. Okay, the prospect that we'll see in this potential studies for fresh and young designer. So for fresh and young designer, actually they need to see, they must know that they are the potential as apprentice and the success entrepreneur. Actually, this handicraft industry is a big industry, and I think our neighbor country, for example, Thailand, they are really good in handicraft industry. So we must see this is as a potential industry that our designer, our graduates, young graduates can achieve or can make their career. So because the young generation nowadays, they know the latest technology and the IT skills that need to make them got more advantage in online marketing and social platform. For example, this latest technology and IT skill got their own trend, got their own customer, even though sometimes we know Facebook, we know Instagram, but actually Instagram and Facebook got their different approach of customer or user. So this is the part that our young designer, our young graduate are good at. And then the other thing is the alternative material and modern technology. With this, the creativity and the good in this stuff will increase the productivity. Don't spend or don't rely too much on the raw material that will not sustain. But the alternative material will provide this prospect. Next, please. Okay, the discussion, the opportunities. This is the way that this study can provide the opportunities to survive for this industry craft. And then the part is the important thing is the reskill and upskills. So it can be used as benchmarking for this survey, whether the entrepreneur or the crafter in Malaysia need or can use reskill and upskills. And then the research and test, this is can be achieved by combining all government agencies and universities to make the sustainable and the way forward for this craft industry, as well as the network, the global linkages. The network is important. If we don't know how our benchmark, our friends compete in their sector, so we can't go further or we can't develop further. So the other thing is quite really important right now, the IT savvy lah. Means it's considered as a compulsory skills nowadays. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. I hope this paper or this title will make some of the introduction, some of the clear example of how our Malaysian industry can survive after the COVID-19. Okay, thanks. That I conclude my presentation and back to moderator. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for such an eye-opening lecture on Malaysia's art and craft industry during these trying times amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. So to recap, the emergence of COVID-19 resulting in the lockdown and physical distancing measures implemented has threatened the sustainability of the art and craft activities and initiatives in the country. There are many challenges that are faced by the art and craft industry. However, many initiatives such as the National Economic Recovery Plan or Penjana and many programs that are dedicated to the development and survival of the skills of the arts and craft industry, the future prospect of the art and craft industry looks bright. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to ask Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Azhari several questions. The first question is, how does the Industrial Revolution technology play its role in post-COVID situations for the creative industry?
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, the new technology, the latest technology in IR 4.0 play an important role to make this industry more sustainable and more productivity. So without IR 4.0, the technology, the workforce can be reduced. And then even though we need a skilled craftsman, but also the technology is compulsory for this technology to maintain its productivity and then to produce a large number of products that can be sold by our crafter.
Okay, thank you so much. The next question is, Is gig economy the new, or will it be the new alternative platform for creative industry in post-COVID?
Okay, pardon, is gig economy, is it?
Yes, gig economy.
Okay, okay. So gig economy is one of the sector or one of the factor that will enhance this craft industry, especially in Malaysia. So I can conclude that the industry player must know what's the role and what's the important things that need to be highlighted during their business. Yep.
All right. Another question. With the country becoming more and more digitalized, does the inequality in access to technology, such as the internet and mobile devices, affect the efforts of sustaining the art and craft industry in the post-COVID times?
Yes, for example, if we want to achieve more technologies, a more sustainable way of using marketing online, so the facilities of internet, the facilities of networking is highly important. So without this, we cannot survive and we cannot compete in international area. So, for example, if we go to Singapore, our neighbor country, the access to the internet is so reliable and so quick, without further barrier compared to our country. But I'm seeing the potential, I'm seeing the effort that our government have been done that will strengthen our facilities, especially our internet facilities and our telecommunication.
All right. Is it important, or is it, how do I say it, a must that we have to modernize our arts and crafts in a way that it will help to support the art and craft industry for future?
Yes, we need to modernize, but still we need to maintain its value. Its traditional value must be maintained because sometimes the skill and its value can be achieved by certain crafter, by certain learner. So even though we did to export it, even though we did to make it in what they call it, high producing, high publication or high producing products, but the value is still important.
So in a way that we can modernize it in a way that it still retains its cultural identity and value.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, so I have a last question for you, Doctor. What is your assumption after COVID-19 regarding our craft creation?
Okay, what I'm seeing for now, our craft industry will succeed, will still succeed, and then will maintain its business, even though after COVID-19. But the nature or the formula or the platform will be different, even though right now more towards online. But after this, I think we'll be go for normal activities or normal culture of business. But still, there will be a hybrid. And don't forget, maybe we'll find or maybe we'll get another form of marketing or business that arrive after this coming years.
All right. So, Professor, thank you so much. I wish we could have more time to discuss more on the art and craft industry in Malaysia in the post-COVID-19 situation. Thank you for making the time to talk about this very important topic. We, as the younger generation, should try to carry on this beautiful legacy of our art and craft industry.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. So before we continue with our next invited speaker, Assistant Professor Juttappon, from Silpakorn University, Thailand. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Hi and welcome back. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce Assistant Professor Juttappon from Silpakorn University, Thailand. Assistant Professor Juttappon obtained his bachelor's degree in French at the Faculty of Arts at Silpakorn University, Thailand. He then received his Management Information Systems (MIS) degree in Internet and E-commerce Technology from Assumption University, before attaining his PhD in Management from the Faculty of Management Science at Silpakorn University. Today, he is the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, as well as being responsible for the Doctor of Philosophy program at the Faculty of Management Science at Silpakorn University. Throughout his career, he has published many research articles in academic journals and several proceedings. He has also published a book titled Economic Commerce, also known as E-commerce, in 2016. Please welcome Assistant Professor Juttappon on the topic of Community Development Model with Creative and Sustainable Tourism to Promote Phetchaburi Province as a Creative City. Welcome, Assistant Professor Juttappon, to our lecture today.
Okay, so good afternoon and hello everyone. My name is Juttappon. I am a lecturer from Silpakorn University, the Faculty of Management Science. I am a lecturer in the field of marketing, and so it's a glad for me to join this opportunity in the International Symposium. So let's talk about presentation. Today I will make a presentation and share some experience about the research project that I also participate as a project member, which is a title Community Development Model with Creative and Sustainable Tourism to Promote Phetchaburi Province as a Creative City. So let the moderator share the slide, please. Okay, so this project that I will present you, it took 1 full year for the operation, and it was recently accomplished in the past few months. So the project was primarily created and collaborated by Phetchaburi Province, the National Research Council of Thailand, and Silpakorn University. As the Silpakorn University campus is located in various areas, including Phetchaburi Province, we therefore recognize the importance of sustainable development of the city where the university is located. So the project teams consist of many faculties, including Faculty of Archaeology, Faculty of Architecture, Faculty of Decorative Arts, Faculty of Animal Science and Agricultural Technology, Faculty of Management Science that I work in this faculty, and Faculty of Information and Communication Technology, as well as International College of the University. Next slide, please. So we firstly let's get to know more about the Phetchaburi province. It is situated in the western region of Thailand, about 160 kilometers from Bangkok, and the ecosystem of the city is very rich. The city is famous of food, and there is a diversity of ethnic groups and loyal residents that have result unique local handicrafts, architectural sites, artifacts, and a unique cuisine. All of these promote tourism in this living historic city. That's what I can say. Moreover, Phetchaburi is also the #1 producer of high quality sea salt and lime in Thailand. They also produce best tasting Palmyra sugar from palm tree, seafood, pineapple, banana, etc. And eventually make itself the city of the three flavor, salty, sweet, and sour. And food also represent Phetchaburi historical roots, social cohesion, and economical security. Let's go to the next slide, please. So, as we realize about the importance and potential of Phetchaburi, so this research project have three main objectives, including to develop a strategy to drive the Phetchaburi province to become a creative city with creative tourism as a tool and mechanism. Number two, to develop an integrated model through a mechanism to bring knowledge and information to diversify revenue and reduce inequality. This is also the way to promote sustainability in the community. The last objective is to develop tourism and service industry based on new lifestyle and design creative tourism district to help driving Phetchaburi province to become a creative city. And the outputs and activity of this objective, it can describe into 8 activities that I will describe you after this. So next slide, please. Okay, we focus on the 3 target community, which is located in the center of Phetchaburi province, is namely Krong Kacheng community and Talat Lim Nam community and Wat Kok community. These are all in the same district in the center of Phetchaburi, and this is there's many story and value hidden in the community. So we were really interested in this community and come to study, to make a survey, to get to know more about this city as a model community for this research project. Next slide, please. So this is our conceptual framework. The project is conducted under research and development method. It is area-based research for the urban development. As you can see that in the presentation, in the conceptual framework, we have 5 main steps to conduct this project. Firstly, Silpakorn University, we accumulate, we make a collaboration with between partners and between the faculty. We made in an integration between academics in the university. We search for artists and hidden value in the city, and we make a collaboration between local authorities and private sector, both internal and external. Then we, after making a collaboration, we continue to make a operation plan together with participation of all the network partner. We look for the cultural mapping. The cultural mapping is also a tool used for grouping the information of the target district, namely the 3 main community that I mentioned the slide before, to be able to understand the foundation and identity of the districts. Then the cultural mapping is based on the triple bottom lines, including social dimension, economy dimension, and environment of the community. So we seek for the value, the story, and to provide the cultural mapping. And in the same time, we help to enrich and enhance community space, which includes 3 factors, including place, people, and livelihood. And the way to develop these 3 factors require many skills, such as management, design, art, cultural tourism, marketing, and entrepreneurship. That's why we ask for the integration between the faculty of the university, because each faculty have their own expert, their own professional way to help develop the community space. And the outputs is the 4th process. It outputs 8 activity according to the slide before. We have 8 activity to provide the area-based development, and eventually we want to drive Petrobury city to become a creative city. And the province, including the mayor of the province and network partner, we have a brainstorm. We have a brainstorm, and we conclude that Petrobury city, we focus on gastronomy, because the Petrobury city, as I mentioned before, the city is enriched by many material and ingredient for food, and also tourism, which is suitable for the gastronomy. And next slide, please. Okay, so at this point, let's talk about the first activity. The first activity is to develop a strategy through the participation mechanism of network partners in the public sector, the private sector, communities, educational institution, and society. We have made a area survey data collection, as well as a brainstorming with public and private sector to consider strategies for driving Petrobury province to a creative city. And this lead to a management strategy based on understanding of context and area-based identity. This is also in line with the policy of Petrobury province, with the goal of being a creative city of gastronomy. Okay, and next slide, please. So we output, we help Phetchaburi province output the development plan for 5-year period. In collaboration with Phetchaburi province and National Research Office. The plan also includes the special additional strategy which concern about participatory development toward a global creative city through capital in arts, in culture, in tourism, based on local resource and identity, as well as the potential of the area. That's the strategy which is renewed and is like the direction to drive the Phetchaburi to become a creative city. That's what we are looking for the future. The next slide, please. Okay. For the second activity, we have development of creative products that reflect the way of life and cultural heritages through creative and sustainable tourism by community and youth in Phetchaburi, which is very interesting for us as Phetchaburi city is outstanding not only in food but also in art and culture. We in the project we created pottery training activities that the local people and community can learn and develop through the event called community and youth pottery workshop. Is considered an extension of both knowledge and cultural capital, which are brought to create a set of pottery from artisan patterns that are the identity of Phetchaburi, so that the community and youth could learn, could absorb the knowledge of artisan patterns and expand to create community products that will continue to generate income to provide income distribution to the community in the near future. The next slide, please. Okay, and moreover, there's an event organized by the project team called Phetchaburi Artists Patterns Workshop. With the cooperation of the cultural volunteer group in the city and artisan master in each branch in Phetchaburi to share knowledge, to reveal their unique pattern, which is this artisan pattern could be found in old temple and in any historic tourist attraction in Phetchaburi, and also show their intention. The artists want to show their intention to keep Phetchaburi arts and craft, which have been all well known for ages. So the unique art pattern of Phetchaburi could be found, as I say, in the old temple within the city. So the people, the tourists can see this pattern and could suddenly recognize that that's the unique pattern of Phetchaburi. So according to the event, the research team led by Associate Professor Silpakorn Suwan. He is a lecturer, come from the Faculty of Decorative Arts, and he adopt the artisan patterns and provide a design and development of ware and pottery products that reflect the identity of Phetchaburi, as you can see in the slide. Next slide, please. So this is a logo created by the project team as well. The logo is also used for the pottery product and handcraft made by the community. So it's called this mark, this this is like a logo, a branding for the product made by the community, which is pronounced like pet plow. The word pet plow in Thai language is a homophone. We can see in English that it's a pet plow, which can refer to the plow of Phetchaburi. But in Thai word, pet plow, it can mean dazzling or glittering of Phetchaburi city. So it's a homophone which can refer to two meanings. This is very interesting. Next slide, please. Okay. We have realized about creation and distribution of recipe and ingredient from traditional dishes of Phetchaburi through the development with the community, with the local philosopher, with farmers and entrepreneurs under cultural capital. This the food, the dishes, the local dishes can help promote Phetchaburi province as a creative city of gastronomy with the concept which is called Eat and Art Unlimited. This is the main theme of Phetchaburi province to promote themselves to become a creative city. Eat and Art Unlimited refers to the unity of food culture with not leaving the origin value of art. So it's a food and art come together. It is considered the perfect combination for Phetchaburi. There was also a seminar titled Phetchaburi City of the Three Flavors to discover the identity and represent the value of ingredient of Phetchaburi province, sweet flavor, salty flavor, and sour flavor, as I mentioned before. Next slide, please. So this is also the workshop to make a workshop for developing food innovation by creating a recipe to provide a healthy menu according to the original of ingredient of Phetchaburi. This we help the community to create new food menu according to the original to make it more valuable and get attention for the tourist industry. Next slide, please. And this is also a Phetchaburi traditional menu. We can see that we combine food and art together. We develop the pottery products that is can be made by the community. So there's many food menu that I maybe I cannot describe you at all the food menu because there's plenty of menu in Phetchaburi, but it is very every menu in as appear in the picture, it use all the ingredients that can be found in Phetchaburi and become the curry, the ice cream made from primary palm, and many desserts. Phetchaburi is also famous in desserts as well. Okay, for the next slide, please. In fact, in Dr. Nantanit from Silpakorn University also mentioned about the food innovation and food product in the morning. As you can see that from this project, we output the innovation about the product such as a mixed salt flour with low sodium. 35% low sodium, and crispy jelly made of jaggery, and the ice cream made from eggs and primary palm, and also drinks, which is include all the ingredients from Phetchaburi province. Okay, next slide, please. So it was a great opportunity for the project to organize the international mascot logo for UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy contest to create interest and participation of both domestic and international target groups. And in addition, Phetchaburi province has adopted the winning mascot and logo as a symbol for use in public relations, for marketing communication, and build awareness among tourists and also people in the foreign country. Next slide, please. There, we also provide. Yeah, this is a mascot and a logo. They are the winners from the contest. In on the right side, you can see Nong Tanot. Nong Tanot is official mascot for Phetchaburi from now. When if you come to visit Phetchaburi, you will see this mascot everywhere in every tourist attraction site, and as well as the logo at the left side, which is the symbol of primary, the fruit of primary tree, and a spoon which represent gastronomy. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, we also provide and develop a tourism promotion model for the community, consisting of a smart guidebook using VR, virtual reality technology, and narrative tour guide video content available in the YouTube channel Phetchaburi Creative City, and in English version, which is called Fantastic Phetchaburi. Next slide, please. And bringing out output from a research project to create awareness and communicate to public is also an important part in order to create awareness. So the project has created a Facebook page, Phetchaburi Creative City, which with nowadays it has more than 32,000 followers, and I am also the admin of this page, and I take care of the content and create a promotion I take care of marketing terms of this project and communication term. So this presenting research result in the form of social content that is accessible for all the tourists, both Thai tourists and foreigners, about Phetchaburi province, and we focus on food to create demand for tourism. Okay, next slide, please. So we also broadcast a live Facebook on Facebook page about the seminar of which was occur in Phetchaburi, and furthermore we have created an ebook titled Phetchaburi City of the Three Favor and Phetchaburi City of Historic Art and Cultural Tourism, which were created and published via this channel. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is also the public relation we are on site because Phetchaburi and network partner want to create awareness, so they make a large publicity sign in everywhere along the road in Phetchaburi, and the province also create the website phetchaburi-creativecity.com. Yet that everyone can go to visit and see the story, all the information about gastronomy of Phetchaburi. This is very interesting. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, we have emphasized about community physical resource management through participatory research process, allowing the community to share opinion, to make a decision, to make the local people feel like they are the owner of the area from this project. And this reflects the willingness to revitalize local tourist attraction to for tourism industry. And next slide, please. Thus, it become a symbol of the community, and even Phetchaburi province that's the output is in harmony with the needs of the people in the community, and while communicating local people about promoting Phetchaburi province as a creative city, so that local people can understand and know what the project come to help them to promote their own area to become a creative city, to promote economic dimension, social dimension, and environmental dimension. So in this case, the mascot Nong Tanot, as I mentioned before, is used as a media or symbol of tourism in the site or in community. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Phetchaburi is also a city with history and culture that still retain and retain its authenticity and integrity. The old temple, the ancient temple in the city, which is date back in the more than 300 years before. This indicate the historical significance of Phetchaburi, as well as a city is very close to Thai royal dynasty. This is and these three community that the project focus is also the main community with this history and value. So we see the potential for development for this to welcome artists, welcome the tourists. We also organize an event to promote the value of Phetchaburi in terms of art and culture. As you see in the slide, we have like a seminar. We invite the expert of tourism to come and expert in history to come to discuss together to develop to share idea to develop tourism plan in the city and help create a program and organize training for local guide. There is also an animation clip that represent a model community attraction in a creative way. You can see that there is an animation which is Hanuman. It's a character appear in the Ramayana ancient literature, and this character is also a symbol of Phetchaburi city. And moreover, in Phetchaburi city, there's a lot of monkey, especially in the mountain. So it's also represent a symbol in terms of tourism as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so at the okay, so we also create a creative tourism service center run by the community themselves. This is also the one of the important mechanism for developing model community through creative and sustainable tourism to make the community and Phetchaburi to become a creative city. Yeah, it has a goal to achieve sustainability by We also established the Creative and Sustainable Tourism Management Fund for the community, and also we also developed SHA mechanism. SHA is like a certificate by Safety and Health Administration of Thailand to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So we also conduct SHA mechanism to provide a prevention the spread of COVID-19 and convince the tourists that they can come with safety and with a good health as well. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the front of the Creative Tourism Service Center that is already established and run by the community. There's like a tourist center for the community that the tourists can come and ask for information, ask for the maps, ask for any content of the community or even a Phetchaburi city. Next slide, please. Okay, so these 8 activity it's like a movement of what we have done, and it results in the community development leading to well-being through a circular economy and good health according to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs of the UN. So we from our project and our outputs and activity, we can respond to some of the SDG goals, like in terms of good health and well-being that we provide to the community and the city. We respond to quality education because we have give knowledge and make them realize about the value and knowledge in the city. We emphasize on sustainable city and community that's based on the triple bottom line, as I mentioned before, the economic dimension, social dimension, and environmental dimension. So this is the output of the research project, and this output help driving Phetchaburi belong with all the network partner, and finally, next slide, please. Okay, and finally, we become Phetchaburi city become a member of the UNESCO Creative City Network of Gastronomy, which is recently declared on 8th November. So we have celebrated and realized about the success there and many factors that help us driving the Phetchaburi city. And the next slide, please. So we receive this logo as a UCCN network of gastronomy, and we also would like to congratulate to Kuching city of Malaysia, which is also nominated as the creative city of gastronomy as well in this year. And in Southeast Asia, there is also Jakarta city, which is nominated as a creative city of literature. So in this occasion, I would like to congratulate all the city of Kuching and Jakarta as well. This is the output that we on behalf of the university. We are really proud to help the city drive the city itself to become the creative city of gastronomy. So this is all of the project that all the project team have experience, and I also responsible in some part of this project. That this is what I would like to share for you for today. Okay, thank you so much for your attention, and I would like to pass to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Assistant Professor Juttappon, for such an insightful lecture on a very interesting project on the beautiful Phetchaburi province. I would like to convey my congratulations on the success of Phetchaburi province on being the designated UNESCO Creative City in 2021. To recap, Professor Juttappon talked about the development of a strategy on driving Phetchaburi province to be a creative city with creative tourism by integrating a model through a mechanism with knowledge and innovation to diversify revenues and reduce inequality by developing products for the community and youth to become entrepreneurs through the applied arts. It is through this model that helps to develop tourism and service based on the new lifestyles and design. As creative tourism helps in driving Phetchaburi province to be a creative city. Now, I would like to ask a few questions to Assistant Professor Juttappon. The first question is, what is the main benefits of being a creative city?
So first of all, the creative city is like a portal. It's like a portal to open the city to become to go to the international stage. We can make a collaboration not only in Thailand, not only creative city in Thailand, but also other creative city on the network of UNESCO. We can share our knowledge. We can make an exchange of the culture of what we are, what we have the identity with other creative city, and also in terms of the economic dimension. We also have the opportunity to provide the event that we can invite all the city to come to join the event and make a collaboration or a network in the future. There's we have a lot of advantage and benefit from being a member of UCC and okay, this is.
All right. So, in saying that it could be a gateway to for a new creative ventures for other people and other countries.
Yeah. In terms of marketing, it's like a branding to be becoming UCC, and it's like a branding for the city. It's like the image building. So the tourists, the foreigners see that the city is the UCCN, is a creative city by UNESCO. They are interested to come to visit. This is the point.
Yeah. Okay. Another question is, in promoting a creative city or making a creative city, what are the challenges in developing a model for a creative and sustainable tourism?
Okay. In my opinion, for the project, the challenging part of to drive to make a success on driving Phetchaburi as a creative city is the first step is to make an understanding to local people about what we are going to do, what we see in the future, what is the purpose of the project. Because according to my experience, local people sometimes is we have a difficulty to make an understanding for them to collaborate with us. So this is the challenging point for us. But fortunately, in all over the Phetchaburi city. People in Phetchaburi city is very friendly and open they have an open mind. They listen to us, and they have a good view. They are willing to develop their own place to become sustainable. So it's challenging for us, but it's not very hard for us, fortunately, in Phetchaburi to drive the city to become a creative city. Yeah, this is in my opinion is one of the challenging part. Yeah.
But it also depends on the willingness of the people who are involved in the city, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I have another question. How are the profits from this tourism planning received by the local community, and how is it distributed equally to all the communities?
Okay. As I explained in the presentation, that we focus on the triple bottom line, including social dimension, environmental dimension, and economic dimension. So to make sustainability to the community and to the city, we have to distribute the income to the community, and the tourism is one of the keywords in the project title. The tourism is, in fact, is not the only one factor that drives Phetchaburi to become a creative city. Is count as one of tools, one of instruments to drive. We have many mechanisms, but tourism is practical, and it can gain income to the community. So that's why in the project we create the seminar, and we create like a tourism program, and make an like a workshop of a local guide to promote them, because if they can understand this, and they participate this, they will acquire a skill, and they can when the tourists come to the city, they can know how to welcome the tourist list. They can know how to provide products or service to the tourists. So that's what we intend to give to the people in the community. Yeah.
Okay, that's a very interesting prospect. So I have a final question. Can we know what is the initial process to apply for a creative city?
Okay. Initial process to apply for the creative city. In fact, it is in harmony with the activity that I mentioned in the presentation. Firstly, we have to initiatively make a collaboration between the province and the public sector and private sector, and all the network partner of the city, to make them understand together. The communication part is also play an important role to make everyone, every partner, every sector understand together what we have to do. And then when we understand each other, when we understand what about the goals, or what about the visions, we can the next thing is to make an operational plan, and provide a strategy that I already described in the presentation, that we together we help to create the strategy of the province, because the strategy, especially strategy for driving the creative city, is very important. It's like the direction, it's like the vision of the city. if we have the direction, we have the vision, we can create the project which is connected with this strategy to make a movement to drive the city to become a creative city in the future. Yeah, this is what can I say. Thank you.
In short, in order for a creative city to work, all sectors, whether public, private, and people living in the province or city has to come and work together and agree
Yes.
on the project. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I would like to say that we found many factors which is affect to the sustainability of the city, of the community. Is not only the triple line economic, social, and environment. It's also the collaboration together and the communication to create awareness, to understand the same thing, and also the continuity. Continuity is also the key for sustainability, because if we do some project, do some activity, and we, when we finish it, we stop, we don't continue it, we don't repeat it, the sustainability would not occur. It's like when the project team make a seminar, a workshop, a learning to the community how to make a pottery product, to how to make a handicraft based on the patterns of pottery. If they know how to make it, but if they stop, it will not become a sustainability. They have to continue learning, continue to practice their skill, continue to realize about the importance of it. So this is what I have learned from this project as well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor. I wish we have more time to discuss more on the creative and sustainable tourism. But lastly, I would like to thank you for making the time to talk about this very interesting topic. We as a younger generation should always be inventing creative ways, not only to boost our local tourism, but to promote them as well. And I hope to visit the Phetchaburi province in the near future.
Welcome to Phetchaburi City. Thank you so much.
We now come to an end of our session with Associate Professor, Technologist Dr. Azhari Hashim and Professor Juttappon. These wonderful insights you share with, I really appreciate both of you taking the time to share a very valuable resource. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the respected lecturers, dearest friends from Indonesian Art Institute, ISI, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, Silpakorn University, Thailand, and University Technology Mara, UiTM, Malaysia. Don't forget to follow our Arcadesa 2021 page on Instagram at Arcadesa5 and our Facebook page, Arcadesa5, for more information on upcoming events. If you have any thoughts and brilliant ideas, do share with us and let your voice be heard. My name is Alina Azmi, and until then, stay safe. Bye.